Good morning. How are you? This is Linda Wells, also known as Linda Wellness Warrior. Welcome to this donation-based yoga practice that's live. So, yeah. So this practice is a little bit of a mix of, it's a mixed levels. But I focus on make it a little bit more compassionate holds, not as vigorous. Something that I hope everybody can try a little bit of without feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. Just enough to get you what you need this morning. Today's practice will involve getting, if you have a second mat, grab that. Let me do that. If you have a second mat, you can grab that. If you have some blocks, you can use some blocks. So today's practice, we're going to focus on opening up the torso to let more breath in. Okay, we'll be doing some stuff for your groin and your hips as well. We're going to get started. So if you have blocks or if you have a second blanket, you're going to grab that now. Okay. And if you don't have traditional yoga props, you can always use household items. So how we're going to get started is, if you have an extra yoga mat or a blanket, so here's the roll for the yoga mat. You're going to put that on your mat. That's one option. Another option is if you have blocks, you start out with the blocks on their highest height and place them a block width away, block length away. I'm going to start with the block on level 2 and a little bit higher. Okay, so that's option 2. Option 3, if you have a blanket, you're going to unfold the blanket. So you can unfold it, fold it in half, and want to roll it up, tight roll, so it's sturdy. Okay, and then you put it on your mat. So there go your options. Whichever you've chosen, we're going to get started and I will show you what you're going to do. So if you're using the rolled up extra mat or the blanket, you can get your blocks, keep them close by and lean back. And so you're getting the extra mat or the blanket so that it is along the spine. Take your blocks and place them underneath the thighs, not as much under the knees, more under the thighs. You tell your palms facing up or facing down. It's about what feels right in your body. And if you're one of those people that want to know, what does that mean? If your palms are facing up, you're preparing to receive. You know, or maybe you're letting go. If you feel like you're a really grounded person and you need to lighten up a little bit, turning your palms up might mean that. Turning your palms down means you want to get grounded. And you need to pull energy from the earth and root down. Okay? Some stability. So feel what feels right in your body. It might just simply be you want to open up your shoulders more. You can close your eyes. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose as if you're fogging up a mirror. Sinking and settling into the earth. And you're making sure you're not sitting on the blanket or the rolled up mat, that there's enough space between your lower back. Like your butt is off. The sacrum is leaning against. The mat or the blanket is running the length of your spine. And for those that have chosen to use the blocks, you want to lie back so that the blocks are, the bottom block is at your bra strap if you're a woman and you're wearing a sports bra or some type of bra. So it is lined up right under the shoulder blades, behind the pecs. I'd prefer that. It's safer if you're new to the practice to try what I'm doing right now as opposed to using the blocks. If you are more familiar with the practice, use the blocks. Safety first. Continuing to breathe. Settle into the breath. Taking a moment to set your intention for your practice. What would you like to create through your practice? What would you like to let go of through your practice? Create, let go, sustain. So setting an intention is about thinking to what it is that you need in this moment. This week we began the practice talking about birth, life, and death, coming into a posture, sustaining a posture, and letting that posture go. We're still sticking with that. Draw the knees in towards each other. Take the blocks out from under your thighs. Take them out to the side of the mat. Roll over onto your side and come up. your props off to the side. And lie back onto your back. And feel the back. Feel the spine. Feel if anything feels different with your shoulders. You're going to take your right knee in to the chest. And that left leg is extended. You can also bend the left knee if extending the leg out is too much. You're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take the knee out to the side. Inhale, exhale, take the knee over to the side. So you're taking the knee into the left hand. Open it up, take it out to the right hand. Left, open. So I think right now with a lot of what is going on in our world, it's important to restore our energy, to hold on to some of that energy, not to extend too much. Show yourself some compassion. You can do work. There's a lot of power in rest too, so that you're able to do more without being exhausted. Take it down. I'm going to switch. Left knee comes in. Take the knee in to the left hand. Take it across the body into the right hand. And open. Just feel that in your spine. Feel that in your hips. Keep doing it. Keep breathing. In, out. And release that. Take the legs down. Feel that in your hips. Feel that opening. And we're going to come over onto the belly now. Coming onto your stomach. You can stack your hands one on top of the other, or you can cactus the arms. I'm going to start with the right side. You're going to take the right knee, bend it, 90-degree angle. You're going to take the toes out to the side, bending the knees. Maybe you look over that shoulder. Your left leg is pointing back. Feel the belly touching the earth. Feel the rise and fall of their belly. Walk the hands back and lift yourself up. And you're still maintaining that. And feel that there. and lower it down. Take the right leg in and take it alongside the left leg. And take your left leg out to the side. Right toes are pointing down. Left toes are pointing out to the side, 90-degree angle. You can cactus the arms, or you can stack one hand on top of the other. Be here with the breath. In through the nose. Exhale through the nose. As if you're fogging up that mirror. Maybe walk your hands back. Take the shoulders over the elbows and lift yourself up. And feel that. If this doesn't feel good in your spine, you can lower back down. Take it in. Lower down. Take your hands alongside your pecs. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Your fingers are spread wide. The fingers are beyond the shoulders. You're going to lift yourself up. Come onto your knees. And cat and cow. Spread the fingers wide. Shoulders over the wrists. Your feet are flat. Lift the chin. Draw the chin into the chest. Draw the navel to the spine. And again, lift it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So drawing the tailbone down, draw the navel to the spine, lift up and down. Okay, so we're going to come and take a seat. So if you join me on Tuesday, we're going to do the pigeon again. So one level of pigeon is taking your left leg out in front and back. Okay? Toes pointing back behind you. This is level one. Your hands here, your hands can be alongside that front leg, lifting up to the chest. Be mindful not to slouch. So you are lifting through the chest. The fingers are on the ground. They're spreading wide. You can also tent the fingertips to intensify the stretch. Check to see if you're not collapsing over that left hip. Lift up. You can lift up through your chest and take yourself forward over that left leg. So that's one way to do pigeon. Another way to do your pigeon is to come around onto your back. Come onto your back. Cross the left ankle over that right knee. You can take the left hand through that space between the left leg. Grab hold underneath the right thigh, or you can take your hands on top of that right knee. You can also grab a strap. So that's another way to do it. So paying attention to your knees. If you know you have issues with your knees, hands on top probably is not going to be the best thing. Take the hands underneath. Another option is come up and take that left leg in front. The right toes are coming back and you're lifting up through your chest. Tenting the fingertips, so that's coming on the tips of the fingers, lifting the chest up. Making sure you're not collapsing in that left hip, you're lifting up. And take yourself forward over that left leg. But you're waving forward, you're lifting and coming forward. Whichever version you've chosen to do, you're doing it for 3 to 5 breaths. So that's breathing in. And out. Being mindful. And coming out of that, whichever you've chosen, untangle the knees, untangle yourself. Spread your fingers wide, shoulders are over the wrists. Draw the elbows in towards each other. Tuck the toes. Draw the chin into the chest. Lift the knees off of the earth. Bend your knees maybe a lot. You can take your feet the width of the mat. Keep the elbows bent. Take the weight out of your wrists. Press through the knuckles. Draw the heels back. Pedal out the feet perhaps. If your feet are wide, you don't need to pedal out the feet, but you can bring the feet in together some more so that they're hip distance apart. Pedal them out. Walk, step to the top of the mat, and you're going to fold forward. Bend your knees. Come up halfway for your flat back. Reach your arms out to the side, coming up. Palms face each other as you reach up. Reach your arms out to the side. Bend your knees. Fold forward. Flat back. Hands come on the ground. Right foot steps back. Right knee comes down onto the ground. Arms reach up. Arms come down. Left foot steps back. So from here, you can take chaturanga, push up. So if you're doing it with your knees down, you take the heart forward, bend the elbows, lower down. And this is a practice, so you might not be doing it right in your mind, and it might be right for your body right now. But if it hurts, then that's definitely something wrong because your body doesn't like that. So stay low, elbows bent, lift up, come onto the knees, tuck the toes, knees off the ground. So if you're already familiar with this posture, with the sequence, you can power through it if that's what your body's saying it wants right now. I can't deny you that. Bend your knees, flat back, arms reach out to the side, come up, palms face each other. Draw the hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale, lift up, out to the side, fold forward. Hands come onto the earth. Left leg reaches back, left knee comes down onto the ground. Reach the arms up beside you. Take the hands inside their right foot. Right foot steps back, lower down. Baby cobra, medium cobra, high cobra, whichever felt right. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Elbows bend, knees might bend more. Walk, step to the top of the mat, folding forward. Now we're going to come back down. We're going to do pigeon on the other side. And with this pigeon, the right leg is crossing over, left leg goes back. So we got 3 options. You choose which option worked best for you. Okay, left leg reaches back behind you. You're lifting up, tenting those fingertips. Lift up, not collapsing in that right hip. You're lifting up and coming over. So you should be feeling this posture in your glutes. And come up. You can switch sides. So that was one level. The other level option, I don't really like to say levels. I like to say options, because some of the most advanced yogis need to do stuff in different ways, just so you can take a beginner mindset and practice, not going overboard. So the hand can come underneath the leg or on top. Whatever you did on the first side, you do on the second side. Right leg comes in front. Lift up. Make sure you're not collapsing in that right hip. That right hip is lifting. Toes are pointing back. And lift up. Maybe you're tenting the fingertips. If you want to bring the earth closer, you can take a block and place it under your thigh. Lift up, wave forward. Walking out and coming up. Unravel yourself. Spread the fingers. Tuck the toes. Come up. Downward facing dog. Well, what we're going to do here is you're going to lift that right leg up. Bend the right knee. Right knee goes towards the back edge of the right side of your mat. Your left toes are pointing to the left rear edge of your mat, corner of your mat. Maybe you circle out the hip. and take it down. If you need to take a break, come down. If being up high is too much for you, you can come up, lift up, do the same thing with the knee down. You're going to take it on the other side. Left leg lifts. Come up to downward dog. Left leg lifts. Bend the left knee. Left toes. Point towards the right rear corner of the mat. Circle out the ankle. Circle out the knee. Whatever works. You're going to take it down. All right. We're going to do frog. I know. You don't like frog, and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But it's okay. You can get a blanket, some blocks, and I'm going to walk you through it. All right. You're coming to the long edge of your mat. You can fold up the mat, get a blanket. Oh, here's 2 ideas. I'm going to give you options, which might make the class take a little bit longer today, but you'll know that I gave you some options. So fold the mat in half. Get your blanket and fold the blanket so that in this way. So halfway, half, then fold it again. So if you are on carpet, doing it this way is not going to help you. Go back to the first way. If you got to be able to slide the knees out, okay? Slide. Just like in that half posture we did when we were on our belly, where your feet, you have one leg out to the side bent. Here you're going to bend both. You're not bringing yourself forward and collapsing on the ground. You're tilting back. You're lifting up. Feet are out to the side. Feet out. Tilt the pelvis. You can also take a block and put it under the belly. But as long as you're pushing back through the pelvis, you're not collapsing forward. Yup, you should be feeling this. Okay, so for the folks that don't have this blanket situation or hardwood floor, I'll show you the other one. Undo this. So walk the knees out. Toes are pointing out. Maybe you take it up higher. Push back to the pelvis. You're resting this on the lower belly. And toes are pointing out. You're lifting up. You're not collapsing. You're not dropping down. Not pushing yourself forward. Toes are pointing out to the side. Stretching out the groin. Stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. you can walk the feet in. Make sure your feet are pointing out first. So after your 3 to 5 breaths, to come out of it, you're going to walk the hands back, walk the knees in towards each other. You're going to come to sit on the shins. You can sit on your shins. You can sit on a block or multiple blocks. Come here and take a moment and sit on your shins. And if you need more cushion for your knees, you can put a blanket under your knees. I feel like I got a lot of toys out today. Okay. Stay on your shins for now. I'm turning myself around so that you can see what we're doing next. So sitting on your shins. Lift up. Come up onto your shins. And you're going to bend the right knee. Take the left leg out to the side. Your left toes are pointing towards the front of the room. Leveling the pelvis, lifting up. Reach both arms up overhead, palms facing each other. Take the left arm down on to the leg. Lift through your fingertips. And you're going to reach the right arm over to the side. So that you're feeling, reach to a place where you're feeling a stretch on the side. If you're watching this on rewatch or replay, and you want to stay in postures a little bit longer, you can do that. Just pause it. If you're here live, 3 to 5 breaths in each posture. And then catch up when you're ready. Take the left leg in and bend the knees. Again, you can always take a blanket under your knee to cushion and support the knee. Lift up. Right leg goes out to the side. My right, your left. It doesn't matter, we're doing both sides. Reach your arms up overhead. Left arm stays up. Right arm, turn the right palm down. Rest it on the right thigh. Reach through the left fingertips. Take yourself, tilt over to the right. Finding length on the left side of your body. Drop that right shoulder. Be mindful not to be bringing the shoulder up by your ear. Rest it. Lift up. And bring the foot in. How you feeling? Thanks for showing up. I'm going to stand up now. And stand so your feet are hip distance apart. Toes are pointing forward. Your feet might go out a little bit more, and that's okay. But get to a place where you're feeling like you're stacking shoulders over hips under feet. You're going to take your hands, interlace your fingers, and reach back. Shoulders are being drawn back. And just continue to draw the shoulders back. Continue to open up through the chest, through the torso, rooting down through your feet. And breathe. Release. We're going to come into dancer. So standing upright. Your right arm is lifting up. Take the right arm back. Bend the right knee. And take the right foot into the hand. So we're doing dancer upright today. You can take your hand onto a wall, the back of a chair, whichever feels right for you. If having the hand inside is too much, you can take the hand on top. You can also get a strap. I'd suggest not grabbing onto your pants leg. Drop the pelvis. Lift through the chest. Maybe you reach your left arm up alongside the ear. Knee does not go out to the side. Your knee is pointing down towards the ground. And release it. And just take a second and feel the difference here. It's amazing. Ow. Feel root down. Left arm reaches up. Take the left arm back. Take the hand into that left foot. Reach the right arm up. And feel the opening in the shoulder. Root down through the foot. Again, you can always keep your hand on something. Be mindful that the knee is pointing down and not out to the side. Down towards the earth. Feel that opening in your shoulders. 3 to 5 breaths, and then come out of it. Whew. And shake it up. And do your thing. Boom, 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 boom. Reach your arms up overhead. And you can interlace the fingers. You can take your hands like the ballerina and go over to the side. You can also Charlie's Angels Mudra. And take yourself over to the side. And draw that left shoulder opening up. Come back center. Take it over to the other side. Open up that right shoulder. And feel the stretch in the sides of your body and your shoulders. Come back center and release. And we're going to try that posture again where you take your hands back behind you. So taking the hands back, I want you this time to interlace them in a way that you feel like you got an extra finger. Different than what you usually do. So lifting up, reaching down, opening up the chest. Did anything change? Are you feeling in your chest? Are you feeling in your core? And release it. Shake it out. Take your feet out wide. Toes are pointing forward. Feet are running parallel to each other. Hinging at the waist. Slight bend in your knees. Take yourself forward. You can reach the hands back. How does your lower back love this pose? Draw the head down. Draw the chin in. Take your attention to your belly button. Maybe take your feet out wider. Maybe you can take your arms out behind you and take them up overhead without resting them on your back. And release it down. Take the hands to your hips and slowly rise up. Walk your feet in. Gonna come back down onto the earth. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Come onto the belly. Take one hand, stack one hand on top of the other. Take your right knee out to the side. Toes pointing. And check in. Does anything feel different than the first time? Take the hands up and lift up. Anything feel different? And lower it down. Take the right knee in. Left knee comes out to the side. What differences do you feel? So bend in the knee, toes pointing out to the side, 90-degree angle. Walk the hands, lift up. You can turn this into a neck stretch, looking over the right shoulder. Come back center, look over the left shoulder. Look down. Lift the neck up. Right to left. And lower down. Draw the thigh, the knee in. Take the hands, place them underneath you. Lift up. Find child's pose. You can take a block, bring the earth closer, and take the hands alongside you, so embryo pose. Three to 5 breaths here. Taking the hands back and coming out of that. I'm going to come up and take a seat. Crossing one leg in front of the other. And check in with your legs. All right. Maybe you want to sit on a cushion or a pillow to elevate your pelvis to give you more accessibility to this posture. Take the left hand, place it onto the right knee. Take the right fingertips behind you, lift up through your chest, and twist over that right shoulder. Press down, lift up. Three to 5 breaths. Come back center. Right hand comes to the left knee. Lift up, press down. Open up. Three to 5 breaths. Come back around. Take the soles of your feet together and the knees out to the side. Lift up through your pelvis. Lift the rib cage. Telescope the ribs. And release that. You can also, when you're doing this, if you're watching this on replay or you're doing it live, you can always take the blocks and place them under your thighs to make the earth more accessible. And if I sit on a blanket or a couch pillow, you can see the difference in the accessibility in the posture. Does it look any different? Does it feel any different? Draw the knees in. Come out of that. I'm going to turn myself around. I'm going to close this out with a breathing meditation. Take your hands in an L mudra. You're going to take your hands we're going to start with taking the hands to the pelvis. Then we'll move up to the top of the rib cage. Then we'll move up to your pecs with the elbows out to the side. If this is too much for your shoulders and your shoulders start to climb up, take your hands open and put them underneath the armpits. Still opening up and following that breath. So everything we did today was to open up the torso, to allow the breath to move more easily through your body. We're going to see if that happened. I'm going to do this for 3 minutes. Begin with taking the L's to the pelvis. And breathe. Feel the breath. And the pelvis. Breathe into the lower belly. Move the hands to the rib cage. Elbows out to the side. You can switch the cross of your legs. No, I always put my right leg in front. I need to practice putting the left. Moving up to the pecs. So the thumb is like in there. It's in the fleshy part. If you're not doing it that way, so the thumb is like in there. It's in the armpit. If not, you can take the hands and place them like this. Flat hand in, thumb pointing forward. Relax the shoulders. a moment to pause. Assessing your body, assessing the shift in energy. How are you breathing? Has anything shifted? Coming back to that intention you set at the beginning of your practice. What are you seeking to create? What would you like to let go of? What would you like to sustain? How could you be here now? And gently flutter your eyes. Take your hands to heart center. Take your thumbs to that space between your eyebrows and give thanks for the practice. Thanks for the teachers who have come before us and those who will come after us. Deep gratitude. The divine in me blesses and honors the divine in you. Thank you. Thanks for joining me, whether you're joining me on replay or you're watching live. I love to hear from you. If you're not following me, I can't see your comments, so click the follow button. These classes are by donation, so if you're able to give a little, thank you. All of the links are above. May you have a marvelous day, and may you feel cared for and care for yourself.